Tonight's aerial coverage is brought to you by Goodyear. Get there on silent armor technology with the strength of Kevlar for toughness and a comfortable ride. Chris Devota's actually ridden in the Goodyear blimp.
She has. Yeah, I remember that.
And she was up on Rattlesnake Hill earlier. It's time to test your Truck Series knowledge with Aaron's Lucky Guess trivia question. Has a team ever won 3 races in a row with 3 different drivers? Now, do you understand the question?
I do.
A race team, have they ever won 3 races in a row with 3 different drivers? And the reason we bring this up is it's potentially going to happen tonight.
It is?
That's correct.
Yes.
Kevin Harvick right now is out in, well, he was out in front.
Ryan Newman won.
Ryan Newman. Ron Hornaday.
Yep.
And now Kevin Harvick potentially could win. Has it ever happened before? Green flag back in the air here at Phoenix.
Oh, let me clarify one thing. Now, is that a Truck Series only question?
Truck Series only, yes.
I thought when you first asked it, I thought you meant in the same truck. But you're saying the team.
The team, exactly. That's why I tried to clarify there.
Yeah.
It's a team, and have they ever done it?
Yeah, like, for instance, a Johnny Benson, Mike Skinner, Scott Speed, all winning consecutively.
Exactly. Back to green flag racing here at Phoenix International Raceway. We're on lap 70 of 150.
I would bet if it has happened, it's only happened once. That'd be pretty rare.
So you're going to say one time it's happened?
I'm going to say one time, but I have no idea who it would be.
Okay.
We've got a great battle right here. There's Kevin Harvick, that 2 truck. Brian Scott, the 16. Adam, what's going on with Kevin Harvick?
He was not happy after that last pit stop. He came in the leader, as Rick said a moment ago. He has dropped back now, riding in the 4th position. One of the reasons the 7 truck at TJ Bell got 2 tires, but he said on the radio, if you guys are going to win races, you're going to have to do something on pit road. Harvick taking matters into his own hands on the track. Meanwhile, right behind him, Brian Scott, 4 tires and fuel at lap 64. They said they are good to go the distance.
I was wondering here, most of these guys came in on lap number 64. Then we had a handful of caution laps. Ooh, contact.
Almost getting turned around, the 22 of Scott Speed. He straightens it back out and gets back up to speed.
He got into it with Eric Darnell there, Phil.
Yeah, ran into the left rear quarter of Eric Darnell. As we see Eric now on the outside of Brad Keselowski in the 19 truck.
Now, I'm impressed with the 7 truck of TJ Bell. He's currently riding 4th. Todd Bodine and Harvick, you see, they're ahead of him, but on 2 tires, he's gotten off to a pretty good start on this restart. Losing ground here, though, in the center of the corner.
Yeah, Brian Scott and Mike Skinner now have since gone by the 7. You see him fighting that truck up off turn number 4.
It looked like when they first threw the green flag, that 2-tire strategy was going to work for that team.
Speaking of fighting, these 2 continue to battle it out. Brad Keselowski in the 19, Eric Darnell in the 99. Both trying to get by that 7 of TJ Bell. Eric Darnell, the first one to make an effort at it. Ray, what are they talking about in that camp?
Well, Eric Darnell not very happy at all. I'll tell you, I'm looking at all the pit times down here for the pit stops on that first round at 64, and it appears to me like the 99 crew may have had the very fastest stop of anybody, but then he couldn't leave his pit stall because right in front of him was the number 9 truck who had stopped in the very back part of their stall. So Darnell got blocked in, had to throw it into reverse and back up to pull out, so they lost about 5 spots on pit road, even though they had an excellent pit stop by the 99 crew.
Boy, Ray, this battle is really waging on the racetrack. We've got Brad Keselowski, the 19 on the inside. Eric Darnell, they just split TJ Bell, got by him, brought the 59 of Terry Cook with him. But just a few moments ago, look on
that right side of your screen.
Same thing as what happened to Ron Hornaday at the start of the race. The 22 got down in the corner there, Phil, on the inside of Eric Darnell, lost his truck, got loose, ran into Darnell, and was lucky to keep it out of the fence.
See Terry Cook going to try to get by the 19 of Brad Keselowski on the outside. That will be a battle for the 7th position.
Terry Cook jumped up on the outside of Keselowski when Keselowski was battling with Darnell. Looks like he's going to make that pass on the high side.
Terry's going to use the whole racetrack there, right out next to the outside wall, exiting turn number 2.
Yeah, they haven't got this decided yet.
Wow, Brad dives hard into 3. Going to make it stick.
We saw what happened there.
Yeah, it almost happened again. He slid up the hill.
Tell you what a nice job Brad did last week in his Sprint Cup debut at Texas with a top 20 finish.
Well, we know how tough it is for these guys to race nationwide cars or these trucks. and then jump into the new car that you run in the Cup Series. The new car is much different than these vehicles, and it causes the learning curve to be much steeper than it used to be. But Brad just did a great job in his debut.
Okay, Johnny's starting to flex his muscles a little bit. He's got some great trucks he's racing with. Ooh, look at Colin Brown.
6. He's going to go around into the wall and goes Colin Brown. And that was contact with the 23 of Johnny Benson. And a caution comes out once again, the 4th one of the night.
Colin was on the inside of Johnny. They were racing hard coming off turn number 4. Colin got loose on the inside there, lost control of that Conway Ford, and unfortunately a lot of damage to that truck.
Now, it wasn't that long ago that the caution came out on lap 62. Would we see anyone duck in and say, okay, now if I had any questions, I'm going to come onto pit road for my final time?
I think absolutely, because not all these guys are getting good enough fuel mileage to have made it from that last pit stop. I think we'll see a lot of guys come down pit road to make sure they have enough fuel, because you have to think about a green-white checker too.
One guy that'll come is TJ Bell. He started off really good on those 2 tires, and it went away. He was losing spot lap after lap. So look for TJ to come to pit road, and it'd be interesting. What if you're leading the race, Phil? What if you're Kyle Busch? Do you pit?
What? You see, watch this now.
I know.
You see, Colin gets loose off the corner, and then the 23 of Johnny Benson was right there. Johnny gave him plenty of room, but Colin just got loose on the inside. I think Richie Waters, I think he might bring Kyle Busch down pit road.
If it's time to pit, if you don't have enough gas to get to the finish, you better pit now.
You got to come. You got to come.
Yes.
You can decide later if we get a later caution to come again, but you have to come now to make sure you have enough fuel to get to the end.
And maybe you just throw some gas in it.
A little bit of fuel, top it off, and then head back out on.
They only have about 10 green flag laps on these tires. As you mentioned, TJ's going to want him 4 tires, but the rest of these guys may come in just for a drop of fuel. But pit road is open, and Kyle Busch is staying on the racetrack along with most of the other trucks right now that are on the lead lap.
I bet you Colin Brown thought that he had gotten a little bit loose, but I bet you he thought he could save it, and the thing just hung there, Phil. It just wouldn't quite get back up under him, and it put him into the inside wall. We got a lucky dog here, John Wood. Aarons is giving that away.
John Wood will get a lap back, and he runs 25th right now on the racetrack, and there'll be 25 on the lead lap. Ron Hornaday running 29th. All right, let's find out. The Aaron's Lucky Guess trivia question. Has a NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series team ever won 3 races in a row with 3 different drivers?
I'm going to say no.
Michael thought one time.
I'm going to say once that's happened.
It has never happened. Never happened, but could happen tonight. Now, 2 in a row with 2 different drivers has happened 9 times. And it happened just recently.
I think KHI with Kevin Harvick aboard tonight has a great chance to make it the first time.
Yeah, it could happen. 9 times, though. Roush Fenway's done it 3 times. Ultra Motorsports did it 3 times. And Bobby Hamilton Racing did it twice. And then, of course, KHI is on the run right now, too, going for 3. Right?
I just wanted to give you an update real quick on Johnny Benson, guys. You know, earlier you guys were wondering exactly what was wrong with his truck. Well, he said he had absolutely no side bite. So when they pitted there on 64, some major changes to that Toyota. They added wedge to it. They changed the track bar. They added air pressure. Trip Bruce giving a big swing at that thing, trying to make it better. They know about Hornaday's troubles tonight, and they need to capitalize. And so far, that 23 running back in 15th, not gaining as many points as they'd like to here at Phoenix. Adam?
Following up on tonight's trivia question and updating Kevin Harvick's chances of making it 3 in a row for KHI with 3 different drivers. He said if they're going to win tonight, they need to free it up a touch, and they will do that on their next pit stop if, in fact, they do make another trip down pit road.
Well, there you have it. Strategy might come back into play. They might come back down as we get a little closer to the end of this one. We have completed 82 of the 150. We're past halfway. We'll be back for more.